BGN Aquariums Fish Club stream. A collection of aquarists around the world now tend to join us throughout the stream. We have people from India, Australia, America, Norway, everywhere at the moment. People are coming from all over the world and sharing their knowledge. We have people that have taught us regarding intense fertilizing of planted aquariums. We've had people that breed seahorses coming in. So we're getting a wide range of knowledge that's coming through, and it's been absolutely brilliant up to now. So hopefully you enjoy. I am a little bit early today. Flames, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm doing well, mate. I'm okay. I know I kind of timed it for like 2:15 today, but managed to get done pretty early today due to road closures, mate, near where we were. So there was a few things that I couldn't do today. So managed to get done early. But yeah, doing good, mate, doing good. Just going to go and start the siphon going on in here. How are you, Flames? You okay? There we go. And it begins. So, as I always do, there is a few plants floating in here today. And it comes from the CO2 tank last night. Before I did last night's stream, I did a little bit of work on the CO2 tank. And I did have to cut back some of the Anubias that's in there, because Anubias with CO2, guys, just grows crazy. It goes really fast. So I just threw it in here, and little bits of Bucephalandra floating about in here as well. So what I tend to do with that, with the Buce, is now just wedge it in with some of the Anubias that's in here. So you get a nice mixture of colours. Find it hard parting with plants. Just let me catch up. Hey Tal, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Ian, thank you. Hope you're okay. How's the pond? Hi from Memphis. Todd, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Have you how's the tank coming along? Have you started yet? There's loads of detritus in here today. Oh, let's shake up. Smell bad in there? No. Soon, mate. Oh, I'm looking forward to it, mate. Looking forward to it. I bet you are. So I always just start with the glass first, and I always use a little non-stick pan, scouring pad. Doesn't scratch the glass, and it's 10 times faster than any kind of scraper and more efficient, if you ask me. So that's how it goes down here. Filtration problem again. What's going on with this filter? Struggling with my Fluval 307 at the moment, guys. It's not playing the game. 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 It's not playing kind of dies on me after about a couple of weeks. It shouldn't be doing that. I don't know what's going on there. I'm kind of hoping. Oh God, it's a nightmare. This is like, I think 3 weeks ago it did exactly the same on me. I'll get rid of that for a minute. So I have to turn that off. Same. Don't get it. Really don't get it. I think. Right. Guys, bear with me. In fact, I can do this on here, I think. Actually. Why is it playing up on me now? Right, just gonna have to read like that for a minute. Right, last time this did, it was a bit of a nightmare because I did it on stream and I had to move the camera around and everything. So today, guys, I'm not gonna do that. I don't really know why this filter's playing up on me all the time, but it's not what I need at this moment in time, to be perfectly honest. What I don't need is a filter being a pain. So I'm gonna So I'm going to do this, just going to try and sort this out, guys, as quick as possible without moving the camera and all that around, because it's a bit of a pain. I will stay with you though. Tell you what I'll do, just so you've got something to look at. I'll move it around and we'll put it on that. We'll put it on that for a minute, guys. Right, I'll be back as soon as I possibly can. I just need to look at why this filter's being a pain. It's becoming a bit of an issue, this, with this filter. It's doing it quite often. It shouldn't really be packing in like it is doing, so I don't really know what's going on with it. It's not even dirty, so I don't really know why it's playing up. It's as soon as I start taking water out. Has anyone ever had this issue? If you can say so in the chat, I will be back in there as soon as I possibly can. But has anyone ever had the issue with the Fluval 07 range? Just like stopping working while you're doing water changes. This is as soon as I started water change. It's not like air's got in it. Air couldn't have got in it, so I don't get it. Because it's clean. It's not like it's clogged up and it's stopped working. But it is getting a bit of a nightmare. It's just an expense that I don't in particularly want to have in my life at the moment, guys. For a new filter, obviously. Weird. Really weird. Just gonna get some filter floss put in that. I will be back with you in about 30 seconds, guys. It's always when you're doing a stream where something like this goes on. I really don't understand why it's playing up. I'm nearly back, guys. Well, I am back, so sorry about that. Yeah, what a nightmare that is. What a nightmare that is. Right, let me just catch up with you guys for a minute. Wow. Thanks everyone for joining us today. Sorry I was out of there then. Yeah, I've been a bit of a nightmare with the fluval filler, the 307. So, when's the next stream? I'll check anything on the stream, anything soon. Yeah, mate, next stream, it's going to be Monday. Monday, 8 o'clock, Flames. Yeah, mate, I just used them. Honestly, them scouring pads are just spot on. And then when you've used them a few times, just bin them. I do change the pad for each tank though. But yeah, Todd, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I bet you really are, aren't you? I am. Sorry, I am just trying to catch up on the chat a little bit here. Yeah, you do get what you pay for, guys, don't you? You do get what you pay for. Where's the cichlids? Oh yeah, mate, I don't have any cichlids, Goofy. Cheers, dude. I think I'm kind of up to date on the chat, guys. So I'll put us back around to where I'm working for a minute. And right, I'm just going to reconnect this 307 back up. And this is like the third or fourth time that this filter's done this to me now. Don't really understand. See where we go from there. Love canister filters, I do, but when they're being a bit of a pain, they are a bit of a nightmare. Sometimes it just can be trouble. Right, let's have a look what's going on. Are we going to work? Yeah. Really strange, really strange. Funnily enough, checked it like an hour ago to see what the flow was like on it, and it was fine. Because I'm kind of used to it doing it on as soon as I start taking water out of the tank. It's really weird, really weird. I don't understand it at all. What could cause that to happen? Never come across it before. And it's never done it before until like the past few weeks. So I just don't get it. Just don't get it. And I've just realised I broke one of my jugs last week. So, and I've not got any jugs to put my plants in when I take them up. Them Congo tetras are awesome, Todd. They're stunning, mate. Yeah, I do like them, mate. They are beautiful, aren't they? I was kind of planning on seeing if I could swap my angels for some Australian rainbows that were in the shop last week, but it's just been a bit of a day where I've not been able to do that. If I'd have gone to the shop to do that, I would have been late. There's been a few road closures around my way today, so it meant I couldn't do things. But if I'd have gone there, it would have been like, it would have put probably an hour on my day. So I don't want that on a Saturday for sure. So have anyone been out and bought fish today by any chance? Flames, enjoy barley, mate. I'm sure you've just said that to make us all jealous. How long are you going to barley for, buddy, if you're still in the chat? Because that has kind of made me a little bit jealous, mate, I'll be honest. It would be nice to be going to barley right now. You have two black angels. I love angels. I do love angels, mate. I do love angels. I've got 5 2 breeding pairs. They just don't really do much. And I kind of want to put something in the tank that's got a little bit more like action, if you will. You know, it's just because because they're a bit, I don't know, they don't really, they're a bit boring, if you will. It's probably the wrong word, really, because they're not, but it's just because they don't really do much. Whereas I've considered tiger barbs in there because they're quite active, aren't they? But I don't know what they do to the lotus tiger lily. So dilemma. But yeah, I kind of wouldn't, might nip down tomorrow and see if I can get them Australian rainbows. If they've still got them. Like a week ago, so the chances are they're gone anyway, to be honest. Sam, good afternoon, buddy. Hope you're well. 8 a.m. Wow, man. You just got up, Todd, yeah? Was it a Friday night to remember? I hope it was, mate. Right, come on. Why is sometimes putting the foam back over your filter inlet a nightmare? I know why, because I'm dead like apprehensive because the filtration system on this tank comes from the bottom, and I don't want to kind of move the nozzle obviously and cause a leak. So yeah, I'm always a little bit dubious when I'm doing when I'm putting the foam back on. Had a question, bud. I started white spot treatment yesterday, but Muppet Me forgot to do a water change due today. I don't know what to do. Leave it, mate. Don't bother with your water change, mate. Nothing's going to go pear-shaped with not doing a water change, Sam. Yeah, the treatment's more important than the water change, mate. And I'm just going to have to, like, check my angel tank. Sometimes I don't do a water change on that, mate, if they're breeding. So, yeah, don't worry about it, mate. The white spot treatment's far more important. Depending on what fish you've got in there, mate. So a little bit of Googling needed to see what temperatures they'll tolerate. And if they'll tolerate 82 degrees, mate, slowly get that temperature up over the next 24 hours to 82. If it's white spot, it hates 82 degrees, mate. It'll just help you along with the battle. Nitrates are 80 parts per million. Is it fully planted, Sam? Is it a planted aquarium? Oh, and Todd, I've never heard of them, mate. Albino millennium rainbows. To be honest, mate, I would still leave it. I would leave it. I wouldn't really worry about the nitrates, buddy. Nitrates just aren't as bad unless you want to put more treatment in and do a water change and then put more treatment in. But it's one of them. I'd leave it, mate, to be perfectly honest. They're orange. I will Google them in a bit, buddy. I'll get my little googly fingers going on it and check them out. Depends what you see in it, mate. It's like I've got Western Australian rainbow fish in here, but I've never seen what they just class as Australian rainbow fish. And to be perfectly honest, they were pretty stunning. They were silver with like nice red lines on them. They were proper stunning. I just don't think they'll have them when I go back. Should have got them last week, but it's been an expensive week. It's not great when your car fails its MOT on something. It's never good. It's never good. Yeah, give it a week, Sam, because normally white spot treatments are like over a week period, buddy. So give it a week, see how you go from there. Like I say, I would have a look at just making sure the fish that are in that tank can take 82 degrees, and if they can, get that temperature cranked up, mate. This thing is like, if you don't, so clown loach are prone to white spot. So the way to combat it is to keep your tank at 82 if you've got clown loach, and happy days, you don't get white spot. So yeah, mate, just bear that in mind. Just gonna grab a drink, guys. My fertilizer's come as well, guys. So I don't know if anyone was in last night's stream. Well, it started last week. I was talking to someone about intense fertilizing of my CO2 tank that I've just set up. Because some of the red plants seem to be struggling, and there's a mania something gold plant. Can't remember the middle bit. Panasolata or something like that it is. And that's kind of struggling. So they recommended two things. Iron. Iron helps the red plants go redder. And potassium. They both came yesterday to my mum's. So I'll have a look at that later on. See what the score is. Get a dose of each into the CO2 tank, and then we'll see how it goes. Might make a bit of an interesting series, you know, the CO2 tank and how it changes, and what to do, because it's new to me, all that. So I got a really good fertilizer. I got one of the better fertilizers that are on the market. But even then, you still need to add like more fertilizers. So it's a learning curve for me. So might as well learn together, innit? And hopefully some people can come into the chats and help us out along the way. Platties, mollies, barbs, dwarf brownies, German rams, dwarf neons. Just Google them, mate. Just Google them to set in temperature parameters. And if they'll all take 82, put it up over the next 24 hours. You don't have to keep it at that, mate. Just keep it at that for a week, and then next time you do a water change, drop it again. I don't think it'll be a problem for the shrimp. I think shrimp can take quite high temperatures. It does speed up everything's metabolism, higher temperatures, so they kind of obviously don't live as long. But for a week, it's not an issue. It's not an issue. You don't really hear of fish in the home aquarium dying due to high temperatures. More low temperatures, or if the thermostat breaks and it boils them, yeah, then obviously nothing's going to survive a boiling. But 82 degrees for a week, I think it's a pretty good way of dealing with that white spot, or helping out with it anyway. Todd, thanks for popping in, mate. Nice to see you. Hope to see you soon, buddy. Yeah, this is it, Todd. It's just one of them, innit? You got to up the temperature. Just helps out loads. It's one of those. Got to do everything. It's just one of those things you've got to do. Stay in touch, Todd. I want to see that. I want to see that tank, mate, when you get it up and running. Good to see you today, though, mate. Nice to see you. Aidan Playchus, thanks for joining us today, buddy. How you doing? Team Gamer joins us again. How's it going, mate? You had a good week? Just had to do a quick filter clean on this again because it's playing the game. It's not playing the game. What I get? I don't even know why I'm looking. I'm checking out now to see if an FX4 will go in there. Who knows? I can't afford an FX4 at the moment. Well, if need be innit. So water's going back in, guys. I do it straight from the tap. If anyone is wondering, I've always done it straight from the tap. Dechlorinate the water. Happy days. Do it kind of slowly so it doesn't shock. So yeah, mate, all good, all good. If anybody that's actually in at the moment is not a subscriber to the channel, guys, could just think that subscribe button and the like button, it just helps grow the channel. And the more proper subscribers I get, the better. And I say proper subscribers because a guy came into the stream last night, if anyone was there, and tried selling me 1 million subscribers. It's funny that, isn't it? People like shouldn't be allowed to come onto YouTube because it's just a scam. Nice, Aidan. Nice. What kind of fish do you have, Aidan? Have you got any fish, or are you just like passing by, or are you in this hobby as well, buddy? You've bought an angelfish. Nice, Team Gamer. What colour? Which type, mate? What colour? 3 albino bristlenose. Oh, mate, awesome, awesome. I do like my plex, mate. I've got a few different plex. I've got a breeding pair of starlights. Got a green phantom. I did have two, but one did pass away. And I've got two gold nugget plex, I think. I say think because I literally haven't seen them for 10 months. And I've got a redfin thresher. And I've also got a little clown pleco in my CO2 tank. So I'm not the biggest collector in the world, but I have a few, mate. I do like them. Especially when they start breeding and that. It's great, isn't it? I've never had any babies off mine, but they are a breeding pair because they have bred before. But I don't really know what happened. Never got any babies out of it anyway. Long fin, nice, mate, nice. Koi angelfish. Oh, mate. They are. There's been a good few pics of koi angelfish floating around Facebook and Instagram for the past few months, mate. They are proper special. They are stunning, mate. Good work getting hold of some of them, mate. Because they are stunning. Where's everything gone? Been here before, been watching for about a week. Nice, Aidan, nice. I hope you're enjoying it, mate. Kind of just try to grow a community, buddy. You know, trying to grow a community that with these fish clubs and just it's just been up to now, mate. It's been really good. Getting all kinds of people coming through and with all kinds of different types of knowledge on things, you know. So I'll be honest, I couldn't really ask for a better start for a small YouTuber to start a fish club and get, like I say, get people in that talk about intense fertilization, which helped me out loads. And we've had a guy in talking about breeding seahorses. It's like, I'll be honest, like that's kind of like next level, you know. So like for a small YouTuber to start a little bit of an online fish club and then get people popping in. And it's not just been once that guy has been in. He's been in the stream a few times, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't pop in today, you know. So kind of feel honoured that I've had this kind of response, you know, and that type of like level of knowledge in there already. I wish I could keep fish, but unfortunately, there's too many things to get broken in my house because my family throw things. Oh yeah, you don't want that. We're famous for throwing things. I'm sick of it, but it's hard wide. Chuck Nutley, thanks, mate. Yeah, mate. If you've got a family that like to throw things, maybe an aquarium's not definitely not the one, mate. It's made me laugh that though. Aidan, my favourite hillside loaches. Yeah, mate, I do like them myself. I have three. I've had to put. There's a tad aggressive towards other plecos. You've got to watch plecos together as well, mate. Some plecos are quite can be quite aggressive to each other. You've got to have the idea is, mate, plenty of sight breaks, if you will. Like people say to me, so I've been doing the rainbow fish channel now for just over 12 months. It's about 14, 15 months. And people say to me, you can't keep cribs with rainbow fish. And I beg to differ because I have cribs and rainbow fish in here. But the plants just Keep them separated. Rainbow fish live at the top half, cribs live at the bottom. The plants keep them separated. It's never an issue. I have never in 3 years seen the cribs attack the rainbow fish. So, can be done. Love you and your channel. Well, Aidan, that means everything, buddy. It does. Because, I'll be honest, it's quite hard. I kind of... If anyone was in the stream last night, they may have seen I was kind of struggling a little bit on the stream last night. And I started off well. It's just someone came in, made a few comments, dissing the channel, and then tried, which kind of never really affects me. It never really affects me. I just think, well, anyone that can diss another channel is obviously not doing as much because they'd realise how hard it is to do a YouTube channel. And he came in and he dissed the channel for about 5 minutes and then tried selling me 1 million subscribers. So, and it was that bit that really annoyed me. It was the fact that he'd come in and just diss the channel just so he could try and scam me. You know, and if anyone was in the thing last night, you'll see I was a little bit like lost for words, shall we say, and I'm not normally really lost for words. But yeah, it kind of peed me off that yesterday. Because subscribers mean everything to a YouTuber, obviously. They do, obviously. But subscribers aren't the main thing you need on a YouTube channel. You only need 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. That's just one part of monetization. There's other things you need. And 1,000 subscribers is what you need. So anything after that, when someone tries selling you 1 million subscribers, it doesn't grow your channel. And what I mean by that, I'm not only just like saying it while the water's filling up, so people get an understanding, because I know I didn't understand it until I started doing it. So I have over 2,000 subscribers, but that doesn't mean that 2,000 people are going to watch my videos. Yeah. So when someone sells you 1 million subscribers that are just fake accounts that aren't going to watch your videos, I hope I've put that the right way. It's just a waste of money, because it looks good that you've got 1 million subscribers, but if they're not watching your content, it doesn't really look that great. And nobody needs a bot. Nobody needs it. Just done a filter clean on the pond. And after all the rain, I'm taking some water out. It has rained a lot, hasn't it, Ian? It has. I know you're not that far away from me. This week, it has not stopped raining. It's been rubbish. It's done some pouring down. Jax, how's it going, buddy? Thank you, Jax. So, just to let you know, Jax, the irons turned up today. And so is it the potassium, I think it is. Yeah, potassium's turned up today, Jack. So going to be getting a bit of that dosed in a bit. Danish, thanks for rejoining us, buddy. Hope you are well. Hope you've had a good week. And Jay, how are you doing, mate? Thanks for coming back, buddy. I did call it a day last night, mate. I've just been saying that guy did my head in yesterday. And I think it kind of did it. I think it affected the stream last night. He just peed me off. 3G, thanks for coming in today, buddy. I hope you are well. Hope you've had a good week. Epic. Just came from work. Oh, mate. Killer. I have been out shopping today. I take my mum shopping on a Saturday. I actually started the stream a little bit early today, guys, because the road near my mum's is closed, which kind of made us not be able to do certain things today. So I ended up getting back a little bit earlier. So I did come on at 2. Kind of moved the Saturday slot dinner to over to like 2:15, just to give myself a bit more time. But yeah, I couldn't do some of the stuff we had planned. So just one sec, guys. Just turn the water off. It's this tank again. It's not needed much today because I do it weekly. I don't really, you know what I mean? It's just one of those. If you let your tank get away, then yeah, it can be a bit of a nightmare. But if you keep on them, they don't take that much work. So that is the rainbow tank done. Let me just sort out. Turn you around. Bit of sound effects there as well. Oh, it's got a bit of sound effects. And we'll put us on the angel tank. I'm just going to make sure. So there was a little bit of friction in here last night, and that's normally the sign of spawning. So there's no spawning action in there. So what I might do today is do like a 20% on here, because the chances are next week I won't be doing one. It's coming around. These angels spawn constantly. I do have baby cribs in here at the moment, both sides, but the water change won't affect that. So okay, so transfer the pipes over in a minute. All right, let's have a look. You know what, Jay? I came off and I was annoyed at myself, to be perfectly honest, because I let him get to me. And it's like, it's hard, mate. It's just one of them. You've got to like. He did get to me, and I shouldn't have let him. Normally, I'm pretty like, don't let him do it. It was the fact that he tried. The motive was there of him dissing the channel just so he could sell me 1 million subscribers. That's 4-1, yeah, it kind of it peed me off all night, mate. I shouldn't. You deleted his message, and I read it. I was like, you know what? And I was like, shouldn't have read that. I should have read it later. I was like, oh yeah, he proper did my nutting. Super healthy. Cheers, Luciano. Yeah, the rainbow fish tank's doing mighty fine at the moment, mate. It is. But to be honest, they all are. I did have a problem in the rainbow tank a few weeks ago with the blues. The blue rainbows were going a little bit thin. So I did treat them with Escher. And I'll be honest, I'd never used Escher before. But now my blues are coming back looking good as well. So they're probably still a little bit thin. But yeah, everyone on Facebook was recommending Escher. And yeah, it's pretty decent, got to admit. To the point where I've actually recommended it to someone today. Guy contacted me this morning on Instagram. Sent me a picture of his rainbows, and they were all thin. So yeah, I recommended that Escher. Has anyone else used it? How does everyone else find Escher stuff? It seems like really good. This is it, Jax. Like I say, to be honest, don't normally let it affect me. I just like kind of laugh it off. Luckily, I don't get that much negativity on my channel. But yeah, it's just there was a motive behind it though, Jax. He was trying to sell fake accounts, which they don't help you. They don't help your channel at all. When it comes to monetization, YouTube look at your account. They don't just give it everybody. You know what I mean? They look at your account, make sure you're not scamming people. And if you turn up to YouTube and go, right, I want to go into the YouTube partnership program, so maybe I can like better my life a little bit. And they look in and go, but you've got 1 million fake accounts. See you later. Just not where I'm at. Danish, yeah, beard algae is one of those things, mate. I tend to find I get it on like new setups. Just what I do, buddy, is just maybe cut down your lighting slightly. Cut down your lighting, and you can treat it with liquid CO2. So if you get like a pipette, you can target, like just squirt it onto the, obviously when the water's in there, just pipette of liquid CO2 and kind of like just target the blackbeard algae. And you'll see it come out, and over the next couple of days it'll turn pink, just kills it off. But yeah, just cut down your light a little bit, mate. Maybe just cut down your feeding slightly. Algae is just a thing of light and nutrients in the water. If you combat that, you kind of combat your algae. One thing though, don't ever think you'll never have algae in your aquarium, because you will have. There's certain things that you just can't help it, you know? Plant choice can have a lot of things to do with algae. And what I mean by that is, if all your plants in your aquarium are slow growing, they're not taking the nutrients out of the water. And so they're not taking the nutrients out of the water, algae will grow. So plant choice is a big thing to do with algae, I think, personally. So you need to have a bit of plenty of fast growing to combat the slow growing. Now, you look in here and go, but you've just got mainly Anubias in here. I have got mainly Anubias in here. But my light's turned really low. I think in this tank, the 3 white lights are only set at 35%. They're Fluval 3 plant lights, if you're not aware. And you can set them on the app. So they're all set at like 35%. And as you can see, the Lotus still does well off it. And the algae is kind of at a minimum. There's a little bit of algae in there, but like I say, you get algae growth. You're gonna. Just what happens. I do have a new video out, guys, which is a tour of all my tanks at the moment. So if you haven't watched it, take 10 minutes out of your day and watch it. Hopefully, I think it's pretty decent. It's done all right as well. It's had a really good launch from me, a good launch from my channel. Thanks to a lot of people that are in here now. So I appreciate everybody that's in here at the moment that watched my video within the first hour, because it just helped with the YouTube launch, guys. It did. So thanks for that. Really appreciate it. A few of these smaller leaves on the Lotus are a bit crappy, so I want to remove these. And so earlier on in the week, I actually did have to take another lily that was trying to get to the surface off. So normally they send like 2 off to the surface, and then when they both get cut back, that's normally it for a bit. But this one seems quite persistent. Sometimes, because there's that many lilies coming out, it's hard to see which one you're cutting. But as you can see, it is dwindling away this now. So with the Lotus, you kind of you'll grow them and they'll look amazing, and then at some point, when you start seeing the leaves getting a little bit holy, and I don't mean like praying, don't don't expect them getting a Bible out or anything like that. But when they start getting a little bit holy, time to take them away and help the plant. Oh, nice jacks. I bet that they're going to be awesome, aren't they? I do like killifish. I do. Very nice. Yeah, that's it, mate, as well, Jay. I first week back, and I was like, Thursday kind of broke me. It was a proper hard day in work. Moved like handballed 4.5. Every day I handball 4.5 tons of potatoes in bags. That's what I do into chippies. So I move every week. I move probably around about 22 ton of potatoes on my own without any aiding of like lifting equipment or anything like that. So yeah, by the time Friday come, mate, I was shattered, and he proper just like got under my skin massively. I shouldn't have let it happen, but he did. I appreciate it, dude. I do. I appreciate everything you do, Jay. I really do. And like the other mods, I don't know if there's any other mods in at the moment. Is that right, Jax? Yeah, I'll be honest, I've never really used it before, and I got some a few weeks ago. I kind of did a bit of a bulk order on everything, a bit of everything that they do, just on Amazon, because I'm not a Prime member, so I bought a bit of everything, and I kind of needed it. I ended up needing it for the rainbows, but it seemed to work a lot more effective than what some of the others do. Danish, what plants would I say are the best to get? So, depending on your lighting, mate, really, and then depending on what level you want to go to, mate. So, I'd start, if you're only starting a planted aquarium, now, if you're new to it, then to me, you want to kind of start at the bottom. So go to your like Tropica, Danurla, is it? To pronounce it Danurla. Go to them, see what they do, and what they sell on their packages, Woody, is like easy, medium, and advanced. So you want to be looking at the easy plants. So easy plants are plants that need a little bit of lighting, a little bit of fertilization from time to time, and they take care of business. Advanced are going to need a little bit of CO2 injection and a lot better lighting. And medium, sorry, and then advanced, a lot of CO2, probably more like intense lighting and real like specific fertilization as well. So yeah, start on your easy plants, mate. Anubias. If you want something spectacular, easy, the lotus tiger lily are like dead easy to look after, and can easily become the star of the tank, if you will. I can guarantee that pretty much every live stream I do, I get asked about 10 times, what's that pink plant behind you? And it's the lotus. They're a talking point. It's a bit mad because they are stunning. And it's not really something that you see a lot of. So yeah, they are pretty good. So yeah, mate, things like the Sagittaria that I've got at the front here, they're another nice easy plant. And yeah, there's quite a few nice easy plants out there, buddy, that are good to start off with. And when you get confident with that, then if you like what you're doing and you see plants that are they're going to need a little bit more care, then maybe then look at doing a CO2 injection system, mate. I've got like CO2 running in one tank now, but I think in time I'll end up running it into this one as well. Cheers, Jay. Yeah, mate, I enjoy doing it. I do enjoy it, mate. I enjoy doing that. It has a tank. It's weird, really. Tank tours tend to do really well. Jax, I have a nightmare with post office, mate. As like 2 weeks ago on the stream, post office did the same to me. They were supposed to be delivering some plants, and any delivery by the post office, I tend to get everything delivered to my mum's, and every now and again something comes here, and so the postman knows I'm not in. So I know he didn't come. I know he didn't come. He said he'd been, and so I kind of kicked off with him on Twitter. He said that that's a live item, and if I have to wait till Monday, it'll be dead. It was a plant, so I wasn't lying. It was a live item, and I made it. I caused a bit of a stink online, and they tried going to DMs, and I'm like, no, I'll stay public. So if you stay public, it's way better when everyone can see what you're saying about them than just you and them. And they ended up actually turning up on stream, and then the postman on the way out put a card in my letterbox to say that he'd been at 10 o'clock, and he hadn't, because I've been and checked my letterbox, and there was no card in there. There was no card in there at 11:30. So unless he went back in his time machine and put one in there at 10 o'clock, I'd say he was lying, to be perfectly honest. It's hard work with the post, isn't it? Just like a bloody nightmare. This is the thing, Jay. I've no kids, so yeah, mate. I don't have any kids, so I don't. When I get a hassle, mate, it's all the idiots online, mate. That's what I have to put up with. Just, I'll go in there. A few of the Anubias leaves at the back are looking a bit shoddy now, but this tank, I'll be honest, this tank's not like the easiest tank to work on. So if you're not careful, you kind of destroy the entire scape. It's not the easiest tank to work on. But it's the best to look at. It's like, so I suppose I'm going to have to just go in there and be pretty ruthless today. Take some of these Anubias leaves off, so we're getting new growth coming through. Because there's new growth behind there, which is nice to see. Just going to look a bit sparse at the back for a few weeks. But we're better now. We're better. Mr. Light, legalize, please. How are you doing? I am, Jay, yeah. Kind of do them every week, mate. This one's getting a little bit more today, though, mate, because I have a feeling, knowing me angels as I do, they're going to be breeding soon. There's definitely a little bit of angel love in the air. So I'm going to do it. I've done a little bit of a bigger one today. I'm going to start putting some water in. I was going to try and get the Anubias leaves out, but they're all kind of stuck on the wood at the back. So start putting some water in. It should help bring them round. But when I trim my plants, I'll take all the leaves off the surface I can guarantee an hour later there's a lot more leaves on the surface. Don't know where they go when you're fishing them out first time around, but chlorinator, bit of liquid CO2 just to combat any little bits of algae growth. Fertilizer. I always fertilize my plants, guys. It's where I kind of have to just keep an eye on the water level now. Nice, Jax, nice. I love doing my own brine shrimp. I did buy the JBL one, but they are good. I know they are easy to make up, aren't they? But it's well worth doing. I love growing. I love doing my own brine shrimp. Cheers, Mr. Legalize. Doing all right, bud. They're doing all right, the babies, Jay. Can't really see them at the moment. They've been more around the back because the angels are a bit out and about. But they're doing better on that side. On that side, it's probably both. The ones on this side have got about 5 left. I think these rounds have got about 8 or 10 left. But they do get picked off, but they'll do all right. They'll save a few, you know. Alexander Stoner, thanks for joining us today. I use my fish net for plants more than fish. I know, mate. I'm the same. I kind of like with this tank more than anything, though, buddy. I kind of do it with tweezers because there's loads of pieces of wood up standing up, so it's like a forest, like it's trees. So if I go in too much with a net, I end up just like wrecking the skate. That's why it's a little bit hard to work on, because you can just elbow a piece of wood out of the way and it destroys everything, because it's all like they're all held in with caves. I did glue them, but over time the glue fails, so kind of I do a bit of Mr. Miyagi with the old grabbing them as they fly around. So are you still in, Jax? Just while I'm just wondering, Iron, how often do I feed Iron? Is it like a once a day, once a week, or is it more just when you see that you need to do it? Oh, Jay, do you like your spiders, mate? Yeah. They scare me, mate, the spiders. They really do. They always have from being a kid. I used to work with a guy who was like a driver's mate at our place, and he'd come out and he'd be like, and he said 380 tarantulas he had. He's like, do you want to see pictures of them? And I was like, while I'm driving, I'm like, not really. I probably wouldn't survive us, mate. I'd probably freak out and kill us both. So, yeah, they do freak me out, with spiders, mate. Even little ones. He had loads of different ones, right? In fact, on break, he did show me a few of them are stunning. Like, yeah, they are beautiful looking things, aren't they? Just I don't know, mate. They freak me out. I think it's the legs, because a Mano shrimp kind of freaked me out a little bit, but I'm kind of used to them now. But when I first put them in the tank, I was like, oh god, I don't think I should have put these in. I'm a bit soft when it comes to spiders. Donny, afternoon, buddy. How you doing, buddy? Did you have a good evening? Did you have a good night last night? Hope you're having a good weekend, my mate. Hope you're having a good weekend. Cheers for popping in, buddy. Was that? Did it bite you, Jay? Trapdoor spider. Did it bite you? That's the thing about people say, oh, you want to go to Australia? I said, like, nah, too many spiders. Everyone goes, you won't see any. I'll put money on it. I'll put money on it. I'll see them. I can spot a spider a mile away. It tends to be the ones that everyone says, they're scared of you, mate. They're scared of you. They're that scared of me. They're running at me. That's how scared they are of me. Alexander, come on my side of the fence there, mate. Oh, god damn. Even the littlest of things. Honestly, if I see a little spider in here, especially now I don't have a cat, out comes the Hoover on full extension so I don't get too close. So I'm a good meter away. And my shoes go on as well, just in case it comes running at me. So I can be like, do a bit of tap dancing. Yeah, I'm not good with them. I'm not good with them at all. You know what, Danny? That is a good shout, mate. That is a good shout. Jay, happy birthday to your dad, mate, from all of us here. Very good shout, mate. Very good shout. Look after him, mate. Look after him. Just got to keep an eye on that water. Depends mostly. Once a week, if you have an iron test, it depends. You should keep it around 0.5. Okay, Jax, thanks. I haven't got an iron test. I am going to put some in today. And I will get an iron test over the next couple of days. But actually, I'm going to go to the aquarium tomorrow and see if they've still got those Australian rainbows. And I'll see if they've got an iron test there. I'm not holding my breath, though. Is it something that shops stock at there, Jax? Because I found getting iron and getting potassium has been like extremely hard, getting it in shops. So I ended up having to get it online and having it delivered. Which, credit where it's due, I use a company called Swell Aquatics online. And to be honest, they were really, really good. So I kind of ordered it. I ordered it Tuesday night and it got delivered yesterday to my mum's. So pretty decent. I've used them before. So quite a good company. Just get rid of this hose pipe, guys, and then because that's the maintenance bit done. You can have a bit of a sit down. So right. So a lot of work goes behind the scenes, guys, getting everything out of the way. Because now we obviously change over to a bit of a sit down. So move things out without breaking everything. I'm a little bit clumsy. I say unlucky, but I think it's more clumsy. Or both. Maybe it's a bit of both, to be perfectly honest. I'm unlucky and clumsy. I'm the type of person that if I won £2 million on the lottery, 1 million other people would also have the same numbers, and I'd get me £2 back. That's my level of luck, that, guys. That's where I'm at. So. Get that closed. Get that off. Boom. So where are we at? So I think kind of I'm with you for a bit. Right, I'm going to grab a drink though in a second. So let's see where we're up to on the chat. move the electric cable out of the way. I don't really want to. I don't want to get electrocuted on live on air. Although I might pull loads of viewers in. Let me get my own self ready. Oh, kid, there we are. Yeah, man, you look after that dad, mate. Everyone out there whose parents are still alive, value them so much, because we can all go tits up just like that. So dose till you have those numbers. Yeah, Jack. So I am gonna dose today, and I'll try and get an iron test kit tomorrow. If I can't, I'll go onto Amazon and get one ordered, and then I'm on it. Give that tank a bit of a trim down last night because the Anubias just grows like wild. So I've cut that back so it's all the red plants getting a lot of light. I trimmed the lawn in there last night before I came on stream. And the beauty thing was, see, I started the stream last night buzzing. I thought we were going to have a good night because I got home from work at a decent time. I'd had something to eat. And I looked at the CO2 tank and I was like, the grass needs cutting. So get in there, starts cutting the grass. So there's a little baby shrimp flying out. So now I know that my shrimp have bred in there. That to me means everything's all good in that tank. The shrimp are doing good in there. So that'll do for me. It's quite a good indication in my eyes. If the shrimp are doing fine, it's pretty good. So yeah, and then I started. So yeah, the shrimp. I was buzzing with that with the new shrimp because I'd moved like 8 red cherry shrimp into that tank about 3 weeks ago. So to see little baby shrimp was buzzing. I'd seen saddled shrimp and I'd seen buried, but to be honest, until you see babies, then it's one of them, innit? Guys, I'm just gonna just bear with me because at the moment we've got a little bit of so the water change today has sparked a little bit of action. No, don't want to do that. So see the 2 silver tip tetras there, guys. There is a little bit of breeding action going on, and now I've got near with a camera. They'll obviously stop. Because that's what they do, innit? So anyway, a minute ago, hang on. We're getting there again. So yeah, we've got a little bit of breeding action going on here with the silver tip. So obviously the water change has kind of like sparked that off a little bit. These two we do get a little bit of action from these all the time. It'd be nice to see some babies come from them though. So I will dink you back round to my ugly mush. Thought I'd just show you that. It's always nice when you do a water change, when you know, if it starts a little bit of spawning action. That's kind of what the doctor ordered. So that's all good. Right. That's where we were. Ooh, no. I wouldn't be able to go near a tarantula. I couldn't do it. I don't even think hypnotism would work for me. I'm just like proper dead set against them. I'm not like against them, not there, but I'm just like, it's just like they're my worst thing. From the UK, if I was going on I'm a Celebrity, I'd tell them that I love spiders, just so they wouldn't put me with them. I'd be like, oh, I love them. Can't get enough of them spiders. Just so they don't put me in a big cage of them. Ooh. I read that people that are fans of reptiles typically don't like arachnids. You know what, mate? That might be true. That I don't know. Cause I don't like spiders, but I don't mind lizards and that. So yeah, could be. I used to know a guy years ago, and he had a real big like iguana thing, and he used to take it to the pub on a summer day. He'd be sat outside the pub with a big iguana on the table. It was just quite a sight. But in all fairness, though, he did have spiders as well, mate. He did have spiders. Because we went in there. Me and a mate went into his flat one day. He lived in an high-rise flat, and we went in there, and he had loads of little like the clear boxes for spiders and that, and there were spiders in every one of them. And I was pretty brave because I looked at them, and then noticed one was missing. And I'm like, yeah, where's that one that's in there? And he was like, oh, it's just a baby, that, mate. I've only got it a couple of days ago. It's a little baby one. So I'm like, it is in there, and it's like, yeah. Anyway, we went back a few weeks later, and that one had gone. So it's like, what happened to your baby spider, mate? I thought I might have been able to see it today. He told us that he bought it off someone and found out what it was, and I can't remember what type of spider it was, but apparently for the first like 9 months of its life, if it bit you and you didn't have the antidote with you, then you were pretty much done for. And he said, because he lived in a block of high-rise flats, if it got out. So yeah, I ended up getting rid of it. I don't know what it was though, but yeah, so bad. Do it, Alex. Do it, mate. Give your mum a call. I've had my mum out shopping today. I do like everything I possibly can for her. Look after her, man. Look after him. He knows a bigger fans. Oh, great. Oh God. I'm gonna be leaving my own stream soon with all this spider talk. I'd be like, I'll leave you with it, guys. Just, I'll go and watch Only Fools and Horses as well. Right, Jack. Yeah, sorry, I forgot you were in chat. I will go down to the shop tomorrow and have a look. 2 reasons now, innit, to go down there. Iron testing kit and Australian rainbow fish. Who knows? What kind of light do I run, Alex? Okay, buddy. Yeah, I kind of run fluval plant lights. I've got fluval plant lights on the 2 main, or the big tanks. I have a fluval plant nano running on the shrimp tank, and I actually have 2 fluval aqua skies on the CO2 tank. They would be fluval plants, but they're the smallest fluval plant is about 1 inch too big for the fluval spec tank. But if you get the aqua sky, it fits on perfect. So yeah, otherwise they've been fluval plants throughout because I like them, and they're all set on the same setting, so you kind of get a full sunset proper on them all. Even though the settings are all the same, each tank looks different. It's really weird. Really weird. It's like the rainbow fish tank is like kind of goes redder than blue. Then the angelfish tank stays kind of clear and then goes blue. Yeah, it's really weird. And the shrimp tank's the same. Kind of goes a little. The shrimp tank and the rainbow tank kind of look a little bit milky. The water looks milky as the sun's going down on them. It's really weird, but it looks clear on the angel. And the settings are the same all the way through. So I don't know why that is. We had a cockney pie and mash today. Oh, mate. You know what? I love. Well, I'm celiac, me, mate. So I do struggle with like eating pies and that. But it's weird, really, because I was only talking about it. Actually, I took my mum shopping last week, and I was like, I'd like to go to a pie and mash shop, because we don't have pie and mash shops up here, mate. We just have a fish and chip shop. I know, and we're like up here, mate. I've got to admit, I don't do this because I don't really eat battered fish, but like people put curry sauce on, and we put gravy on chips and things like that. But I know, like down south, it's like gravy on chips. What are you doing there? But pea wet really does like. I kind of want to try it, mate. I do pie. Well, I want to go to a proper pie and mash shop and have pie and mash and pea wet. Do. Oh God, I feel hungry already. Just thinking about it. Donny, I love them, mate. I love silver tips because they go that gold colour. They're just something a bit different, you know. Like I do have. I was looking now. There's bought half a dozen, and there is still half a dozen in there. They're all out and about at the moment. But yeah, them two are still kind of like flirting with each other. But it'd be nice because I think tetras are egg scatterers, aren't they? So it's just I wish they'd do it in. I just wish they'd do it in the Java fern or something like that, so the eggs could maybe fall into the roots of the Java fern and give them a bit of a fighting chance. It would be nice to see. It'd be nice to see some baby silvers. It'd be awesome. So I'm not sure with snakes, me Donny, because they don't freak me out when I see them in shops, but they're not really something that I'd like think. Oh, I'd love to touch a snake. I don't think I'd be scared of them as I am with spiders. But then again, if I was sat tonight watching a bit of TV and a snake come in, I'd be like, I would, I would. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure with snakes, but I know for sure spiders. They proper like do me. Man 64, thanks for joining us today, buddy. Hope you're well. How's your Saturday going? Or is it still Friday for you? So you had arachnophobia when you started with them, Jack. That's a step in it. It's like I watched the film Arachnophobia years ago, and I were only young when it came out, and watched Arachnophobia. But I got two videos from Blockbusters. Hey, who remembers Blockbusters? And I watched Arachnophobia first. I don't even know why I got it. It's mental or something. But yeah, I didn't watch the second video because I couldn't get off the chair to change it. That's how bad I am. Freak me out. Snakes, lizards, spiders, fish, birds are all pretty cool in their own ways. They are, mate. I just stick with the fish, me, you know. I stick with the fish, and I would like a little turtle, but I don't have the space in time if I got like a bigger place where I could put more tanks. I'd like to do a little turtle tank of wood, but like pretty decent size, so it's can grow into that tank, you know. But yeah, I'd like a turtle tank. Pretty cool. Kind of right. My mate had terrapins years ago, but watched like MD's turtle build and that turtle is pretty cool. Do I work at Oasis in Salford? Simon the Bunny. Thanks for joining us, buddy. No, mate. No. I take it you're from Manchester then, mate, aren't you, Simon? You must be coming out with that comment. Is Oasis still open, buddy? I'm not. I kind of heard that Oasis had closed, but it'd be nice if anyone in knows that. Actually, I kind of heard it had closed or moved. I'm not sure. Oh my God, you lot live dangerously, don't you? You lot live dangerously. I'm like, when I put my hand in there and the cribs decide to have a little peck at you, you're like, oi, that's the nearest I want to get bit. I need to catch up on chat. Bear with me. Yeah, to be honest, Alexander, I didn't really know they did fluorescent anymore. I thought it had all gone LED. I do like the LEDs though, because you have like 100% control over them. So you know you can control like every single like different colour. On the fluval plants you can anyway. 3 different types of white light, blue, green and red I think it is on the fluval plants. Quite a decent, you can get a decent array. It takes a little bit of getting used to when you're doing them, but they are good. Fish and chips with curry sauce last night. Go on, Donny. I had a Chinese last night, to be perfectly honest. I kind of don't have fish and chips because I deliver to fish and chip shops. So, although I don't eat chips anymore, because you just end up putting loads of weight on. So I'm trying to lose weight and having chippy dinner every day because they give you, if you go in a chippy at dinner time and give them like 50 bags of potatoes and like, do you want some chips? It's too easy saying yeah. Too easy. Oh yeah, go on then, yeah. And before you know it, you're like, why am I struggling carrying these 4 ton of spuds in every day? Because you 20 stone, mate. Yeah, man, I want pie and mash, mate. I do. Traditional pie and mash recipe hasn't changed in 60 years. That is what I want. That is kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. Come down pie and mash. Long way to come for a pie and mash in it, but I don't care. Like I'm celiac, but every now and again I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna try it. Make myself ill, and I'm a nightmare for it. Can't have anything like that. But sometimes it's like, gotta have it. There's a place near me that the butchers near me that do these pork pies, and they are amazing. And I found out I was celiac a week after I'd discovered these pork pies. So every now and again I do have one and make myself ill. But when you're eating it, it's like, oh, it's gorgeous, proper Homer Simpson. But then an hour later, you're like, oh, why did you have that? Aquasalzig, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're well. Happy weekend. Rescued a reg slide. That's cheeky as hell. Nice, mate. Nice. Get a turtle. I want one, mate. I do. I'd like a turtle tank. I would. It's just space at the moment. But yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, they're just pretty cool, aren't they? Something else. Just want to say you might have skimmed over to the 2 sorts watching. They're both males fighting. Oh, is it a weatherjacks? All right. I thought I was always just looked and thought, oh, they're just getting it on. Bit of sparring instead. Oh. Well then, there you go. That's rained on my parade, hasn't it? Cut it out, boys. No fighting going on. Yeah, mate, I have celiac disease, Alex. Yeah, it's not a great one to have. I'll be honest. It's not. It limits what you can eat massively. I had a shepherd's pie last weekend. With my mates. How good's that? How good's that? Shepherd's pie. Now the weather's getting cold in the UK. That's when all these meals start coming out, isn't it? Shepherd's pie, potato ash. Oh goddamn! Why do these aquatic fish club meets always end up with food? It's mad, isn't it? Cheers, Aya. How you doing, mate? You okay? Ah, Donny, did you go? Yeah. Is it good? Is it a decent shot, mate? Yeah, mate. So it's always good when a new shop opens, isn't it? Especially when it's good. And like, say, if the owner's there with loads of knowledge and that, it's kind of what you want. Get in with them, mate. Get in with them, and it works so well. If you get friendly with a fish shop owner, and they sort you out and just look after you. The guy at the Maidenhead Aquatics I go to, he kind of, if they get rainbow fishing that he knows I haven't got, he will ring me and say, look. So it's always good. It's always good. That's nice to know that though, Donny, isn't it? Not nice to know for your pocket though, mate. I bet your pocket will be like, no, I was hoping it was bad this shot. And now you're gonna have no money. Jax, I was gonna say, that pretty much means then I think they must all be males then. I must have 6 males in there because they are all gold. So yeah, and yeah, maybe they are having a bit of. I think I've got 2 gay rainbows. I have 2 male rainbows that kind of like just never leave each other's side. They're nice. So yeah, it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Because they're there now. They're just like they're always together. They're always together. Yeah, it's a nightmare, Alex. I've not got it. No one else in my family's got it, mate. Unless the milkman had it. But yeah, no one else in my family had it, mate. It's just I do struggle. But I am my own worst enemy. I am my own worst enemy. Kind of I give in to temptation way too much. You know what, Donny? That's what you want, mate, innit? It's like it'll die off, won't it? Well, it's obviously it's not going to be like mad busy in like 6 weeks' time. It's just when the novelty wears off, it'll go to an alright shot. But if he's got the time to talk to you now while it's busy, then he's definitely going to take the time to talk to you when it's quiet. And that's what you want, innit? That's what you want. You want a fish shop owner, in my opinion, to know you by your first name. That's always good. I like that. I do like that when they know what you want. Like I say, like Dave at the Maidenhead that I go to, he's awesome. He's like, "Oh, come in," and I've been in a few times, and he'll say to me to be honest, the last time I went in, he was like, "You've got Madagascar rainbows, haven't you?" I said, "Yeah, yeah." He goes, "I've got 1 in the tank here." Says, "Whoever's like, there must have been 3 left, and someone wanted 2." Says, and instead of them like putting the 3rd one in just to get rid, he said, I don't like it being in the tank on its own because they are a group fish. So he netted it, bagged it, and there you go. 3 nice little 3 Madagascar rainbow. So it's nice if you've got a good relationship with your fish shop, that's kind of nice when they do that to you. It's when I first found out, Alexander, I put gluten-free bread in my toaster, and it made me ill. And I was like, "Why is that?" And it turned out I needed a new toaster. So yeah, it's it's horrendous. Yeah, Donny, say goodbye to every last bit of money. I think owning an aquarium is like having a car. If you only buy a car, you end up thinking that you don't really ever seem to have money because as soon as you save some money up, your car goes, "Oh, I'll have that," and something will go, and then it'll cost you a few £100 like mine has this week. It's like, and I think fish tanks are the same. It's not like things breaking. It's when you go in and you go, "Oh, you know what? I'll just pick up those dreaded words. Oh, while I'm here, I'll just get," and walk out with no money. There's 2 gay rainbow make strike. I'm not sure, mate. It's they knock around with each other all the time. They're either like best of buddies or they love it. You're a bit baked, Alex. Had some beautiful Bozeman, but unfortunately, the tank for Bozeman is now full. Oh no, mate. Well, we overfill, don't we? We do overstock our tanks, don't we? As long as you overfill her, that's what I say. I'm looking at all my silver tips now, thinking that I didn't realise that they're all males. That's mad, isn't it? So, just out of interest, Jax, do they rarely sell females? Because, like, I don't think I've ever seen silvers. That's weird, isn't it? Because when I go to the shops, they're all kind of that colour. I hope I can get them Australians tomorrow, Donny, because they were proper nice. They're a bit different, very similar to the Western, but where the Westerns have got like black and like a gold stripe, these are all red, and they were proper nice. They were really nice. Probably won't have them on. Yes, as the name suggests. Yeah, Jax, I can understand that. I've done shop work myself, mate. Not like an aquarium shop, but some customers get under your skin, don't they? That's a big tank for your fish. My name is Nick. Hi, Nick. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us. It's nice that you could pop into the chat today and say hello. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. It's a 300-litre tank, that, buddy. I'm just going to grab a drink, guys. It won't be a second. Peach tea. Well, nice. Right, so where are we up to? So did you leave with any? What did you get anything then, Donny? What was his prices like in this shop, mate? Was he reasonable? Peach iced tea plug, yeah. Yeah, Jay, I kind of get a bottle of it now every week. It's pretty good. It's just something different. I used to start the stream, didn't I, with a coffee, which I know I do still like on the night ones, but it's time to get me through. But I have a coffee machine, and sometimes coffee makes my eye twitch. Proper demic, me. Proper demic. But yeah, coffee sometimes makes my eye twitch, so I can't have it all the time, otherwise it just drives you nuts. So yeah, but that peach iced tea is proper nice. Mango iced tea really does hit the spot as well. Oh man, I have to try that. This is just from like I take my mum to Marks and Spencer's on a Saturday, and this is from there, and it's just really nice. When it's cold, it proper, like you say, it just hits the spot, doesn't it? Certain drinks when they're really cold are amazing. Oasis berry, that's awesome when it's really cold. Ah, right, Jax. Okay, I will. I'll be keeping an eye out for that. Some are quite big and some are small. I kind of thought that's what it was, but I will be. I will be keeping an eye out on that, mate. Thank you. Reasonable price, mate. I just left with a few neon testers. Headed to my school. Now making space for a new tank. Yeah, that's what we all do, innit? That's what we do, innit? You sit there thinking, I've no room for a tank, but if I move that and I move that, and it's all good. Did that guy from Salford go? He must have gone, that guy from Salford. I wanted to, because he never answered my question, did he? About there's a shop called Oasis in Salford, and it's more marine, but we do tropical as well. It's an alright shop, but yeah, it seems to have left. It's nice to build up a school, innit? I want to do it with the Cardinals here. Build up a nice school of Cardinals, and it's all good. Kind of love them. I love it, Jay. I like the orange. I'm not a massive berry drink fan, to be perfectly honest. But I picked one up and it's better than the orange. Pretty good. Mr. Coffees. Yeah, Alex is definitely baked, isn't he? Good lad. Mr. Ice Max, how you doing, buddy? What pH value for angelfish? Well, mine is sat in there and breeding, mate, at like 6.87. So yeah, mate, mine love a 7 pH, mate. And they breed constantly. The eggs do well in that as well, mate. So that's where mine are at, mate. And they love it. No, Jax, I haven't. No. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we call. It's mad, in it? Wherever you go, someone came in the other week. They were talking about black skirt tetras, and I was like, I've never heard of them. Never heard of them. And then when I googled it afterwards, we call them black widows. It's weird how it all changes around the world, isn't it? There's probably only 500,000 types of different fish. We all just call them different names. Diogo, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Hope you're well. When you clean the aquarium glass with a sponge, you get microparticles of algae in the water. Yeah, you do, mate. So it's always the first job. So the first job, I always like, if you've seen, I use a hose pipe to do the extraction and to obviously fill it back up. So I just attach it to the tap. I send cold water into it. Once I hear the bubbles stop, so I don't speak on stream while I'm filling it up with water because I'm listening to the bubbles. Once I hear the bubbles stop, I just turn the tap off, disconnect it from the tap. That starts a siphon process. And then the first job I do then is clean the glass. So clean the glass, and as you're doing it, you can extract a little bit through the water change, buddy. I'll have to Google Chinese cardinals, Jax, and see what they're like. I'm just gonna right. So while you're still here, Jax. So I've got the iron. I've got the potassium. And I will dose those. So is there potassium test kits as well? Just out of interest. And I might... I'm sure we have a phosphate test kit somewhere. I think I've got a phosphate test kit somewhere. So I take it I have to buy a few test kits now for testing all this stuff. I take it. Like I say, potassium. Where's the phosphorus? Mate, I couldn't even get hold of any phosphorus. But when I read about that, I kind of read that produces phosphorus. Is that not true? I couldn't get hold of phosphorus, mate, at the moment. They had sold out. So there is, obviously, I'll try and get some of that as well. Right, okay. Does one of them kind of, do you have to watch for algae growth with one of them? Is that phosphorus you have to watch for algae growth as well? How to lower pH? That one is about 7.8. What's your source water at, Ice Max? Is phos really essential for a non-coral salt tank? It's not. Yeah, your tap water, mate. What have you ever tested your tap water? Is that what's coming out at 7.8? Because I have to raise my pH, mate. Well, I don't have to raise it. I had a pH buffer, a KH buffer. But I'm quite lucky here. But I'm not sure what raises and what you'd have to do for that, mate, to be honest. 2 phosphorus imbalance. Right, okay. 7.3. Does anyone know how Mr. Ice Max can lower his pH? Sarah test kits. Most of the stuff. Okay, so I'll have a look. I will have a look for test kit, Jacks. It's a lot more into it, isn't it, with the CO2? I suppose it's something that is. I'll be honest. I'm glad you come in and we can speak, because it's something I didn't know that I had to be doing. Am I playing a risky game dosing until I get a test kit, Jacks, or I think I'll be all right? There you go, Mr. Ice Max. Alex uses an alkaline buffer. It's different everywhere you go in it, because all around here you're not lowering it, kind of hiring it, if anything, really. My water's proper soft around here, and I've never lived anywhere where it's like hard water. So you kind of only know what you know in it. You only don't look into lowering the pH when you don't have to. Yeah, mate, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, Jax, I'm gonna have to get some test kits. I am lucky, Mr. Ice Max. It is. It's my water's perfect, really, for fish keeping. It's say it comes out. It's round about 6.8 to 7 on the pH. GH and KH both 0. So you kind of like it's amazing. Jewish Pickle, thanks for rejoining us, buddy. Hope you're well. Anyone that's in that's not a subscriber to the channel, guys, if you could click the subscribe button, that'd be brilliant. They are starting these online fish clubs on YouTube. We do 4 a week. One's a Saturday afternoon, which starts between 2:15 really. And then we do 8 p.m. in the evenings. Yeah, the evening ones are more around about 2 hours long because we lose the light. But we're getting people from all over the world with all kinds of different experience and different things to do with the hobby. So it's really, really great place. We're getting the regulars in, like Jax that comes in regularly now, and I'm like pecking their head massively regarding fertilization on the CO2 side because it's a new thing to me. So it's a great community that we're growing here. It's really, really good. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if Crazy for Seahorses, Raiden, pops in later, who breeds seahorses. He's another one that's just like a wealth of knowledge. It's great. It's really good when you've got people coming in that you know, this like wealth of knowledge that's joining us. It's awesome. If anyone's not looked at my latest video as well, the fish tank tour, just a quick look round all my tanks and going into like all the plants that are in there, and some of the fish that are in them as well. It got launched on Friday. It's doing pretty good. So if anyone's not seen it, give it a watch. Make sure you press that like button, guys. Yesterday you see 3 corridors, nanoseconds hatching. Wow, oh, that's awesome, Jax. So how many eggs have you got there then? With 3 bags full, how many eggs have you got there then? That must be like, is that like thousands of eggs? And if so, what's the hatch rate? Will they all hatch? And out of interest, are they all fertilized? So they all go at once, or is there a process? It's retiring from breeding them. So bloody hell. That's amazing. That's amazing, Jack. So are they all are they already fertilized? Or is there something that you have to do? Is it, I'm kind of intrigued now. I might be even asking a really stupid question. You probably sat there thinking, well, of course they're fertilized. But you said, I mean, I've heard of people buying fish eggs and that, but I've never actually come across anywhere that sell fish eggs. But I have heard that people do buy them and hatch them themselves. Ella Aqua, how you doing? Hope you're having a great weekend, buddy. Ken's Third in Aquatics. Good morning. How are you, buddy? Most of them are. Well, there's like a 30% chance of fungus. Okay. Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? That's a lot of eggs. So that's mad. Is that like so is that into like a tank with plenty of air then? I take it, Jack, to keep them moving, and methylene blue, is it? To keep them going. And how long will it be till they hatch? Will it be like, will they hatch in days because of like I don't know, will they be hatching in days? But how do they transfer them as well? Do they have to keep them at a temperature? Is it? I've never come across people buying eggs. I've heard of it, but I've never actually spoke to someone that's got like thousands of them. Most of them are right. That one. Ken's Third. Living a dream. Finally weekend. Yes, mate, you are right there. Weekends just don't come fast enough, do they? And they're never around long enough. That's what I think about weekends. They don't come fast enough, and they're never here long enough. Simple as. You always meth blue your rainbow eggs. Yeah, Ken, we've just Jax has just got hold of around 2,000 Corey eggs. So yeah, it's quite a good conversation we've got on over there. Okay, this can be sent as a kill fish on the too much. Ah, right, okay. So I've never like done intense breeding or anything like that. I've always just been a fish keeper, you know. I've always looked at it as if I get babies out here, it's a bonus, you know. And no, Kenny's actually he actually know a breeder that's packing up, mate, and he's sorting them out with some bags of eggs. But 2,000 Corey eggs, that's cool, that's mad, isn't it? That's mad, isn't it? This is what's happening though, Ken. We're getting people coming into the club, that into the meetings, that have got this like wealth of knowledge, coming across things that like I've been in the hobby for like 40 odd years, and it's like when people come in and I've just bought a bag of eggs, I need to know. The only ever time I've bought a bag of eggs, there were Cadbury's mini eggs. So, and you ain't no hatching them, I'll be honest. That is going to be a lot of fry, Ken. He's actually just made a brine shrimp hatchery, and they're going to need it. Yeah, Jax, I know. I have seen a couple of like smaller Corys in both my larger tanks, so I know they do breed, and I know some of the eggs must just manage to get into the plants where they don't get munched on. But it's all good. It's all good. Because they're simple and touch out. Kind of love quarters. Rafi, hope you're well today, buddy. They take about 5 days to hatch. Nice. Oh, looking forward to updates on these Jacks. That's cool. And will they be sold in the shops? Or is that in the shop, or have you took hold of these personally, Jack? So will you be like selling them in the shop, or will you sell them personally? You know what, Mr. Ice Max, you're right there. Because Corys like to stick together, don't they? So to have like a massive school like of Corys all knocking about together would be a great sight in it. Sometimes I have there's about 8 Ottos in there, and sometimes the Ottos are all just on the same bit of glass, and it's just great to see when all the Ottos seem to like congregate and have a coffee together and a bit of a chat. Yeah. So the egg sacs for like 2 to 3 days, and then it's and then is it straight onto the BBS? Then is it Jack's? Yeah. I do like if I see fry, I like feeding bee pollen. Kind of dissolve bee pollen, and the shrimp love it as well. I know you can trigger them, can you? A lot of fish do trigger though, don't they? From cold water change, they do. So we've discovered today, anyway, that there's a possibility I've got gay silvertip testra's. Mr. Icemax is off to bed, mate. You have a good kit, buddy. Take care, fella. Thanks for popping in. Nice of you to pop in, buddy. If you aren't a subscriber, though, just ding that subscribe button before you go, my mate. And the notification, it'll just tell you every time we're on live, especially these fish clubs. I am looking into, like, I've started doing club memberships as well, guys. And you obviously it's just a learning curve at the moment with everything to add in the YouTube and that. So I have started club memberships, which gives you a bit of an entitlement to different things that YouTube offer you. And you get access to my videos that will launch on Friday. You get like 5 days early access on those as well. If the memberships do take off, then maybe like the Wednesday live stream may just go to like members only, but that's in time. That's in time. But it's definitely worth one that we're gonna obviously the channel will look at as things progress. Right, okay, Jax. I have got some gold laser cores in the rainbow tank. There is 6 in there. My cores tend to knock about around the back quite a lot. But yeah, them gold laser cores are stunning. See you later, Mr. Ice. Cheers, buddy. Fertilizer do you use for your plants? Okay, Danish. So on the larger tanks, I use a product called Neutro Plus, which is buy online for a company called Aqua Essentials. And on the CO2 tank, I use APT3, and I will soon be using Flourish, potassium, iron, and phosphorus as well when I can get hold of it. Getting hold of some of the fertilizers, I'm struggling at the moment. It's a bit weird. So, but that's kind of what I use, mate. Yeah, in the bigger tanks, just use this Neutro Plus. It's hard, isn't it, Ken? Trying to get the price of the fish past the wife and the tank and everything else. Luckily, I'm not married. I don't have that problem. I have to get the price past myself, which, to be honest, I tend to think about after. Oh, albino gold lasers. I actually can, yeah. I didn't read that bit. I've never seen them before. WS6. Hey, remember me? Do I remember you? Oh my God, mate. Do we remember you? I do, mate. Yeah. Are you okay? I hope you're having a good weekend, buddy. Jax is quite lucky. Jax is quite lucky we get some decent prices, whereas a lot of us are getting ripped off big time. Currently, the UK, for in the UK, fish are pretty expensive. But then again, currently in the UK, everything is expensive. But yeah, especially fish. Fish are like really dear at the moment. And it's a bit crazy. It's like at the moment in the UK, you seem to struggle getting certain fish. So I'm a bit of a fan of salt and pepper curries. And I nearly call them salt and pepper curries, Chinese style. Peppered curries, I love them. But in the UK at the moment, it's all around, especially around like Manchester way, it's nowhere gets them. And they used to be like really cheap, but Don't know why that is. It's like they've become rare in around here for some reason. Ken, it's a joke, isn't it, mate? It's a joke. The price is just like, it's not just fish. We're getting rinsed on everything at the moment. It's just annoying. Really, really annoying. Zenta, thanks for joining us, mate. Frank Ocean was here earlier. He was here earlier. Went looking for his other 10. Yeah, mate, I know. You missed him by about 5 minutes, buddy. Not a problem, mate. Take care. So I've just noticed as I'm sat here, this piece of wood here used to touch the top, touch the surface. It's got to be where the crib's been digging. There was a little bit of movement there a few weeks ago because the crib's digging tunnels underneath caves. Not a problem, Alexander. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for joining us, mate. We're here every Saturday afternoon, buddy, having a bit of a chat, finding all kinds of different things out. So yeah, always pop in, mate. It's nice to see you. Could be joined later on. There's a lady called Anna that comes in quite a lot who's got a 46-year-old frog. Yep, I did say 46 years old. And she has sent me pictures of it. And yeah. Ken, what are you smoking? You know what, mate? I was going to ask you. Because those ribs, when you sent me those pictures of those ribs, Ken, they looked awesome, mate. So I woke up Sunday morning, checked my phone, and the first thing I looked at, mate, was your ribs. And they did look pretty goddamn good, I've got to admit. So what are you smoking today, Ken? Would you be able to send them to the UK, Jax? I'd be over the moon with that. I just have a problem with delivery service in the UK. It's bobbins, mate. Post office are crap. Chicken thighs in the smoker. Ooh. Yeah, mate, do it. I want pictures in the morning, Ken. I want to wake up. I want to wake up to photographs of your chicken thighs. Them ribs looked awesome, mate. They looked something special then, mate. They did. Right, okay, Jax. Yeah, I'd be up for that. If you contact me on Instagram regarding that, mate, that'd be cool. Yeah, Jack. So a few weeks ago, Ken was in, and he was smoking some ribs, and he pretty much got everybody hungry in the chat that day. And when I woke up Sunday morning, he'd sent pictures of these ribs, and they were like, "Oh my god, So for the rest of the Saturday evening, I was thinking about Ken's ribs, and then when I woke up Sunday morning, I was still thinking about Ken's ribs. And they looked amazing. They looked amazing. I have seen Cali Towers I have seen him in the UK, mate. I have seen them at the Maidenhead about a year ago, probably about a year ago, but I haven't seen them since. It's a little bit strange, really, in the UK, because obviously, like, a lot of probably farmed in the UK now, but yeah, it's a little bit strange because I'd never seen Australian rainbows. I've got westerns, and like I'd seen easterns, but I'd never seen Australians. And so like last week I saw Australians, but chances are if I go tomorrow they won't have them. I won't see them again for ages. Yeah, it's a bit strange. There isn't really. It's not nailed on that you can get them all the time, mate. It's kind of like with the rainbows in the UK. It's kind of like what you see. Bows, like the Bows Marnie, like they're readily available everywhere. Blues tend to be. They might go missing for a few months, but like dwarf neons, they just 10 a penny, dwarf neons. But then when you kind of like go into like for especially for me round in Manchester, red rainbows, they're just like impossible. No one gets them, and they're kind of what I want more than anything. But they look a bit shabby when they're young, and I think that's why they don't get them, because they don't look great. They just grow into the bit of ugly duckling, aren't they? So yeah, the reds are something that we struggle getting over here. It's a bit weird, really. It's a bit weird. Yeah, well, to be perfectly honest, Jax, winter's around the corner, but it's in the UK this week. It's like past few days, it's been pretty cold. Winter's got to the UK quicker than it should be, to be perfectly honest. Past few days warmed up, but like last weekend, it was freezing. One day last week when I started the stream, and my central heating came on. You know what I mean? It's like, it just goes to show the temperature in the UK has dropped, mate. Yeah, so we'll just have to watch that with the Owl's eggs for sure. They are nice, Ken. They are nice. My Susies have made me look a bit daft this week, because normally my Susies are like popping from 6 o'clock in the evening. They go like this really beautiful, like fluorescent pink colour, and all the way through the streams this last week, they haven't. One's kind of like looking half decent now, to be perfectly honest. So what I'll do, have a look, show you what. There he is. There. So he's kind of like coming up to colour. He's just shot to the back there. So he's kind of coming back forth now. Obviously, everything else kind of gets in the way and photo bombs us. So let's see if we can get around there. So that's one of the Susies, not fully up to colour, but just look totally stunning. When they do come to like full colour, just look stunning. So let's just it's back on there. Better plug us in as well. in charge. Jax, why? Right, okay. So this is totally new to me, this egg thing, yeah, mate. But 5 months to incubate. Mariella, how are you today? Thank you for joining us. I hope you are well. I love those Susie rainbow fish, Mariella. They are special. They are special. When they go to like a real like fluorescent orange as well as they get older. That's kind of what I like about rainbow fish. As they get older, they get better, which is really good. They just get better and better with time, like a fine wine. I know I'd like to, Jax. I'd like to breed them, but at this moment in time, I've got nowhere to move them to once they've spawned. I did set up a tank for that, but then I kind of like put other stuff in it because I'm a bit of a nightmare for it. I set up tanks to do things, and then I'll set up a tank there. We'll just put babies in that. I'll tell you what though, wow, we'll just put something else in there for a bit. No, I do it all the time. Riella's doing great. All good, kiddo. All good. Like a fine wine indeed. They are. Rainbow fish are. They just get better with time. They do. They look stunning as they get older. Wow. Nature's weird, isn't it? It's crazy, isn't it, all nature? You know, when you see different things, there's like it's madness, isn't it? It's just madness. Yeah, Ken, they are intense, aren't they? They are intense. I used to feed like I used to have brine shrimp going all the time, but I need to change the pump really because the pump for my brine shrimp hatchery is like the noisiest thing ever. It's proper noisy. I thought I'd come up with a way of combating my noisy air pump, and that was so I build a box, then I buy soundproofing foam and line the inside of the box with soundproofing foam, and I put the filter in that, and then cover it with foam, kind of put a lid on it, and I can still hear it. So yeah, that didn't work for me anyway. But what pumps do we all use, guys, that are quiet? I have actually come across a fluval one that I got round about this time last year because I got caught. I was pretty ill with COVID this time last year, and I was sat watching my tank, and everything was gasping at the top. My air pump had broke, the diaphragm had gone in it, so I went and bought a new one, and it was a fluval one, and over the past year, touch wood, I've never heard it proper does run silent. But to find a silent air pump is like finding rocking horse crap in it. I could technically, Jax, I could probably put them in the shrimp tank. Not going to interfere, are they? But yeah, it's definitely one to look at. Definitely one to look at. I agree with that, Mariella. I love buying my fish young. I like getting them so you watch them grow. There is a place that's not that far away from me. When you go, everything's old. Everything's old in there. And it's kind of like, I like to buy young, me. I do. I like to buy young. But you're going in shops and they've got corridors there that are like 2.5 inches long. So you know they're getting on a bit, you know, and he's like, nah, I want to be buying them I want to be buying corridors that are less than 1 inch long so you see them grow. You know, that's kind of what I like. So you use the Heim air pumps. I just have air running in my tanks, right? On the rainbow fish, because obviously they like heavily aerated water. I have an air pump running in there because there's 5 plex in there. And just because of the glass lid, so I just make sure there's enough air going in there. But I do like running air. I've got air running in my shrimp tank now because that's helped clear. It's just got a little bit of movement of the water by introducing air into that. But again, like the air pump for the shrimp tank, it's sat on a foam boards, so it doesn't like vibrate. But they're a nightmare, aren't they? The iron ones are good. You can get from something and get almost no sound. I've heard this. I've heard about hanging them, but I'd like still make a noise when I pick them up. So, but I have heard that hanging them. But does it actually work? Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, I think if we're going to do like eggs, I would need to just, if we're going to breed, I do need to set up tanks for it. In time, I wouldn't mind like putting a rack up where you could get like maybe 4 or 6 smaller tanks, so you could do little projects like that. It's just difficult in here. I'm not supposed to have any pets in here whatsoever. It's one of those rules they put to people. Oh, no pets. Okay. You go, oh, you got pets? I thought you meant a dog. You've got a cat? I did have. Yeah, Jax, to be honest, mate, I don't run air in the CO2 tank, mate. That is something I had learned. Yeah, mate, yeah, I don't run CO2 in that. To be honest, I see the plants off gassing anyway, to be perfectly honest. I love canister filters, Ken, do. And that FX is they're just something else, to be perfectly honest. I'm having problems with my Fluval 307 at the moment. It's weird. As soon as I start doing water changes, it decides it's going to die on me, which I don't understand because it's running before I even start, and all of a sudden just die on me. But I think in time, I think the 307 is going to get changed to an FX. I just need to make sure that the FX will fit in the cabinet. Or I have to go to like an FX3 maybe, but I kind of love the FX4 in there. Just keeps the water pristine. What I do, Ken, so in the shrimp tank, it is just a sponge filter with like air running through it. But I've just split the air line, so I've got a stone in there, and obviously like still doing the filter. It was just because at the front of the tank, it was just like getting a build up of detritus where there's like not enough flow, and I've just kind of whipped in a little air stone near the front, hidden away, and over the past week, the front of the tank's cleared. It's just dragged the water through. just to try and create a little bit more movement in there. Yeah, I'll try that. I'm going to try hanging them, especially the one for the brine shrimp hatchery. My God, it's proper loud. It's just crazy loud. Might have to see if it works, see what it does. I've seen that on a video, Ken. Guy did it with his CBDs. Yeah, I've seen him doing that with it. It's quite ingenious, really. I had the Awaze on here, Ken. I do like the sound. Same, mate. I like the fact that the heater's not in the tank, and I used to clean the pre-filter every week just to keep it going. And so I stopped it, I took the pre-filter out, cleaned it, put it back, and started emptying my tank. For some reason, the seal went, even though I'd not actually gone into the canister itself, the seal kind of went and I couldn't get it right. Tried a new seal, didn't work. So I ended up swapping it out. So now the Awaze heater's still in there. But yeah, I ended up getting the FX4. Just with it being like, this is rented, this place. Like I say, I'm not supposed to have any kind of pets. So I've got to be like really careful. Don't want to get complaints because we've got 300 litres of water pumping out. Doesn't go down well. Oh, that'd be nice, Ken. Yeah, cheers, buddy. It probably cost a, well, in the States, though, mate, aren't you? Wouldn't it cost a fortune to send them over? It's nice when it comes to canister filters. I'm mostly using hang-ons to make spare parts for the ones they don't make anymore. Oh, right, okay. I don't think the FX is gonna. I don't think they'll discontinue that for a while, are they? Something else, aren't they? They are like, the FX is something next level. I do a ton of 3D printing, hence my name. I do have a 3D printed. Oh, just one sec. With you being in the States, Ken, it might be something to look at. I got this off. I got this from a company in the UK, and it's so now that's all it is. It's a 3D printed frozen food dispenser. So they float, which is obviously what you want it to do. And yeah, if you just put like a block of frozen food in there, it just kind of takes all the like craziness out of feeding. It's quite good if you've got some fish that are a little bit more timid and things like that. Just a block of frozen food in it. As it defrosts, it just falls out. It just takes the craziness out of feeding sometimes. Quite a decent thing. It was like, so yeah, mate, it might be worth having a look at if you can print them. But yeah, it's pretty decent, to be perfectly honest. Great piece of kit. Great piece of kit. From a company over in the UK, they're on Etsy, TNT Aquatics. Really, they do some pretty decent gear. I've actually got in touch with them this last week and showed them a thing that I'd seen. So it's 3D printed and it's square with holes in it like that. And then a little suction cup. And you kind of stick it on the inside of your aquarium. It's for when you're doing water changes or when you're putting water back in. So your hose pipe just sits on it and it just disperses the water. It's a great piece of kit. It's obviously someone's idea, but I screenshotted it and sent it to them and said, can you do anything like that? British, honestly, Ken, they're great. They are really good. They're only tiny, like I say, it floats. But when you put them in, yeah, it just takes out all the craziness that you can get out of feeding sometimes, especially if you've got some fish that are a little bit more timid. This is it, Jax. To be perfectly honest, I just completely ignored what they said anyway. Not allowed to have pets. I actually had a visit of the estate agent last year, and he walked in and he looked at the tanks, didn't say anything. And he walked around and he was like, "You've got a cat in here?" I was like, "Yeah, no, mate." It's like I don't know. And he was like, "Do they know you've got a cat?" I went, "Well, he's been here for 17 years. So I can only assume they do. I told him 17 years ago that I had a cat." And he was like, "Oh, right, okay." So kind of like shut him up. I didn't tell him 17 years ago. But no one in that estate agent who was there 17 years ago works there anymore. So argue the point. Yeah, it's a bit weird. They're trying. Why they don't let people have pets when like a majority of pets are so good for your mental health and that, you know, like the tanks. You come home stressed and sit in front of your tanks. It's hard to say that you can still gonna be stressed in like half an hour's time in it because just chill you out. And all pets do that. Like my cat, unfortunately, I did lose my cat a few months ago, but he was just like he was a tonic when you were stressed. He just come and lie on you, and before you know it, just take all your stress, don't they? So why these places don't let you have pets is just like crazy because it's so good for you. I'll check that out, Ken. But yeah, pretty decent, pretty decent. Like I say, the water thing for topping up the water is really good. Just disperses the water better, especially on a new setup as well. It's quite a good idea. 3D printing is going to revolutionize this hobby, in it. It is because you're going to be like, you're going to be able to 3D print like really nice walls with like maybe holes in that you can put Anubias in. You know, I don't know. I think 3D printing is going to take this to another level because into like these stack things that are coming out soon, these plastic stack things that hold plants all the way down. You can put soil in, so you can have like different plants growing out of these stacks. I think Fish Shop Matt's done a video on them, pretty decent. It's just pretty mad, just something else in it. 3D printing could take this to another level. Printing things that I don't mean like printing helicopters and planes and sunken ships, but printing decent walls. You know what I mean? You know, it's like I don't know. It could have some crazy designs. I think with 3D printers. Yeah, I do see it, Jax. I'm like, and not everyone's responsible pet owners, are they? God, I worked. So, but I've only worked where I work now. I've only been there about 6 months. I worked for a well-known delivery company with the same initials of um, "Don't Have a Life" or Dickhead Limited, and he used to on contract to a catalogue shop. And some of the houses that we went into that had animals were absolutely disgraceful. So I do understand it. but not everyone's like that. You shouldn't really judge everyone. I don't even I rarely get flight inspections. I've been here 17, 18 years, and I've had 3 flight inspections in 18 years. So that's kind of why I get away with it. And I've took the fire doors off and everything, so they don't, when they open it, they don't crack my tank. Tough in it. There's only me lives here. There's a fire and tough in it. I'd like to think if there's a fire, there's enough water in here to put it out anyway. Did you not fancy them, Ken? I don't. It's a bit weird, isn't it? I think they can go too tall, but I know what you're saying, mate. I'm more like, I like to have it set out properly, but there's just something a bit different. He did a video with these bowls as well, and wasn't really into that with the bowls, but something's different in it. And I suppose, like, especially on YouTube, if you do something different, it can pull in a few views because it's something that people haven't seen before. Yeah, Jax. There's a lot of it's like when I got my cat, he moved in here. I didn't buy a cat. I went to bed one Saturday night. I was kept awake by this really strange noise on the car park, like a croaking noise. Kept waking me up all the way through the night. Anyway, I got up Sunday morning, still this croaking. I went out on the car park to see what was going on, see what it was. So I was intrigued on what it was because I couldn't get my head around it. And there was this little cat underneath my car. And kind of saw him, and he came out and came to me. And I felt so sorry for him. He weighed 2 pounds. The vet said he was about 12 to 18 months old. He could count every single rib. And I think he'd been dumped because I never ever done it. It's cut his whiskers off. So it didn't really give him much of a chance. So he was like I say, he weighed 2 pounds in weight. He had no whiskers. So I went to the Tesco's right next door to me, gave him some food, which just wolfed it down. And he kind of went missing for half an hour. So I was doing my housework, walked in my lounge, and he come through my lounge window and he was asleep on my rug. So I knew he'd been awake all night, so I kind of just let him chill. Finished what I had to do, and I took him down to the vets to see if he was chipped. And he wasn't chipped. And I was like, I weren't allowed pets. So I was like, where do we go from here? And the vet's like, oh, we'll probably put him down. I was like, you can't put him down. So he was like, no one will take him. So we'll end up putting him to sleep. So he came back with me. And unfortunately, 17 years later, I lost him, 3 months ago. Turns out he had a brain tumor. Started having these really bad fits. So that was kind of horrible to see. So I ended up having him put to sleep. But I look at that, I think I gave him 17 years of love, and I got 17 years of love back because he followed me everywhere. It's weird, they kind of know, don't they? It's like they kind of know I'd saved his life at the end of the day, and he never left my side. And no matter whoever came in the flat, whoever came in here, didn't want to know, didn't bother with him. He wasn't interested. Just wanted to be with me. That's it. If I sat down, he'd be lay on me straight away. Anyone went to go near him, like, nah, I'm not interested. It was just me as proper little darling he was. You know, Ken, it's mad, isn't it? Because you see these scapers like MD and that, and they've got a massive array of plants, and then they do their tanks, and they can do a thumbnail straight away, and they can put it out. I've done exactly the same with the CO2 tank. I built the CO2 tank 6 weeks ago, and I've had to wait for it to grow in so I can take a thumbnail of it and do the video, which was launched on my channel last week. I wish I was at that stage where I could just do a tank and it look like amazing from the start and not have to wait for it to grow in. I could only ever do it with Anubias at the moment because I've got like a load of it. I've got so much Anubias, it's crazy. Oh, that'd be nice. I'm gonna have to Google some of these jacks. So you've ordered more. I suppose that's the look of working in a fish shop, innit? You kind of you get better choice than what we do, I suppose. I did manage to get into a wholesaler years ago. That was quite an experience, going into the wholesalers and seeing what you could get hold of. And to be honest, the price. I set up my piranha tank through going to a wholesalers. I've gone to a wholesalers and they don't let you in unless you've got a license to sell pets. And I was like, but I won't be selling pets. I want to set up a business that set up aquariums in hotels and restaurants and like old folks' homes and maybe schools, set up aquariums and like do like a monthly rent and do the upkeep on them. That's kind of what I'd want to do, but I need to come into a place like this to get the prices. So they let me in and I managed to, while I was in there for, right, conned my way in, kind of half con. I was looking at setting up that kind of business at the time, but I just wanted to go in this wholesalers. And yeah, I managed to set up an entire kit, new tank, heaters, lights, filters, the lot for like less than £100. It's going back 25 years. But even then, it was a massive saving. So yeah, if you've got the chance where you can buy wholesale jacks, you're pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. So out of interest, Jacks, can you get like tanks? Do you get your tanks at wholesale price and like heaters and filters and all that? Because you're going to really upset us now, I think. Everyone in the UK is like, oh, that Jack's bumming neck. Carbon will clear your water, eat healthy, it will, but so does filter floss. Carbon takes out stuff out your water that you don't want it to take out. That's the only problem with carbon, mate. If you're using fertilizers for your plants, the carbon will take it out. So, but it will clear the water, but so will good filter floss. I have filter floss in all mine, mate. It just keeps it crystal. Just polishes your water. Oh, that's really sad, Jax, isn't it? I was gutted. My little Dre, he had a fit one night, and I took him down to the vets, and they wanted to do blood tests on him, and I was like, no, don't want a blood test on him, because you know what vets are like, they charge a bloody fortune. So I started treating him with CBD oil, CBD oil, and he seems to be all right on it, and he had a couple of fits in this, like you have to wait like till it's in the system for about 6 weeks, and he had a couple of little fits in that time, and then it was a Saturday night, and I thought I'd kind of nailed it. I thought I was doing all right, and it was Saturday night, and he had a fit about 11 o'clock, and it just wouldn't come out of it. It was like, it properly broke my heart. It was, don't like seeing him suffering, you know. It's not nice seeing him suffering. So yeah, it's a hard decision made. And then came home, empty house. And now I notice it every, like, on my days off, I'd get up in the morning and he'd have some dreamies and that, because I used to like live for dreamies. And then as soon as I sit down, he'd be come and lie on you and just snuggle in. And I know for a fact, like doing the streams, he'd be there. He'd be there because he never left me alone. He'd always just want to like snuggle into you. So I know he'd be here. It's just horrible when they go. Because like I come home from work and he's not here. It's just like that empty house when you walk in. It's surprising what kind of atmosphere dogs and cats add to your house. And you don't really realise what they add to your house until they're not there. It's kind of pretty horrible. You build your own tanks, do you, Jax? Yeah, nice. I'd be scared to do that. I wouldn't be scared to do that. To be honest, one of the lads I work with rang me a few weeks ago. He's like, there's a tank here outside this shop. Do you want me to throw it in a van? And I thought, you could actually like strip it down and redo it, but I don't think. Well, I know when I did the silicone seal in my bathroom, I know what a great job of it I didn't do. So yeah, I wouldn't like to do the silicone on a tank. It'll be a bloody nightmare for me, that I think. Myers, how you doing, mate? Nice for you to join us. Hope you've had a good week, buddy. Just one sec, Heat Elfie. So, the filter floss, just bear with us a sec, mate. Just basic filter floss, mate. I got a massive bag of the JBL one. Like I say, a massive bag, 1,000-gram bag. It's pretty cheap. It's, there you go, Father Christmas beard. And so on my filter, so obviously when know your filter and how it runs. So it goes through the coarse foam first. Maybe if it goes through 3 different foams and the coarse, less coarse, fine. Then it'll go through your like your ceramic media, where all your beneficial bacteria congregates. And then the last thing out before the water goes back into your tank, that's where so the last compartment the water goes through is where I put my filter floss. And it just polishes the water to being pristine. Definitely the way forward, buddy. Filter floss is like a must, in my opinion, in any canister filter, because it does help so much. Love the stream. Cheers, Gunter. How are you today, buddy? Any tips on how I can get my dad to stop super? Oh, mate, wrong stream for that, mate. Why would you want to do that? Yeah, we have a weird one there with Gunter appears to be into sleeping with his sister. Very strange. You do attract some crazy people and guys, we do. But nice for him to pop in and give us a bit of watch time. That's awesome, Jax. That is awesome, though, isn't it? Getting a decent price. At least they know what they're doing as well, mate. I wouldn't have the confidence to do a tank like that. I think I'd have to like fill it up with water outside and leave it for a week before I had like any form of like confidence in it. But yeah, to make your own, I suppose it's a damn sight cheaper, isn't it? It's got to be so cheap. It's got to be on it. To be honest, Jax, I use it on plants as well. So if you like, on my Anubias at the moment in the rainbow tank, I am putting little bits of boost in there that I take. When I trim the boost in the CO2 tank, I'm moving it over into the rainbow tank, and I try and just stick it in and hope that the root is trying to do its thing to hold it. But everything kind of has a little peck and moves it about. So yeah, I kind of just put a little bit of filter floss around the roots and just stick it in. And as the filter floss gets wet and expands a little bit, it just kind of does hold it in there. And it's kind of working rather than just using like lead weights and filter floss. But it does work. How are you doing, Steve? Nice to see you, mate. I hope you're well. I know I've not seen you on Twitter for ages, buddy. I hope you're well. How's the family, mate? Crazy him then. The honey jacks. What's that about? What's that about? It's really weird what you do. You do get some crazy people come into these live streams. You really do. Just reread it. I've just reread his comment, and I didn't. I thought, did I read it right? I did. I did read it right. Oh, nice, Steve. Nice. All good, mate. All good. Have you started setting up a tank yet, Steve? I know you was looking, weren't you? Well, where are you at with that? I know you've been like kind of watching some of the previous streams as well, but it's been all right. You know, this kind of growing a bit of a community going with the live streams and that fish club. We've got all kinds of people coming in from all over the world, America, States, Jack's today's and like in Czech Republic. We're hitting all over the world, buddy, and getting some crazy like people coming in with things that I wouldn't have even dreamt of with it being such a small channel. So a guy came in like just over a week ago telling us how he breeds seahorses. And it's like, I just feel, I mention it, I know I mention it a lot, guys, and I do apologize for that, for those that hear me say it all the time. But it's a small channel, it's a small stream. And to get someone in like so early doors with that kind of knowledge, it's just nice. And like, again, Jack says just like a massive like hive of information, you know. Jack's works in a aquarium in the Czech as well. So like, it's just great, all this knowledge coming in. I'm picking up loads of things today out of sex silver tip tetras. I thought I had silver tip tetras and getting it on, and it turns out they weren't. And so I know, Jax, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Why? I don't know. I don't understand some of the people that you come across nowadays. It's like, I don't get it. Shrimp tanks are good as well, Steve. On YouTube, mate, if you go look for fish keeping answers, Richard at Fish Keeping Answers, he's like shrimp expert, mate, and he'll if you watch his videos, he's banging to his shrimp, mate. He's done a really good book as well. I actually bought his book not long back, and he's taken it from another level for me for shrimp. I've actually just started a second shrimp colony in the CO2 tank. And I noticed babies last night when I was trimming the grass in the CO2 tank. There was like loads of little baby shrimp whizzing out. I'd seen a couple of females in there that were buried, but until you see like proper shrimp babies, it's one of them, innit? But yeah, there was quite a few little shrimp babies popping out last night. It was good. Oh, nice, Steve. He's good. He is good, Richard. And I'll be honest, mate, he helps me out. He does promote my videos now and again. So hence why I go on about him a lot, because compared to him, I'm a tiny YouTuber, and it's nice just to like maybe show him that I am trying to promote his channel like he does mine. Give a little back. That's what I think. No, Jax, you're Only 23, buddy. You've got a lot of knowledge, mate. For someone that's only 23. Eric De Leon, thank you for joining us this afternoon. I hope your weekend is good. Thanks for joining us, buddy. What type of plants are best for tiger bar? You mean tiger barbs? I'd go for hard leaf, mate. If you're going about tiger barbs, I'd go for more hard leaf plants because they are quite destructive on plants, aren't they? I am considering taking the angels out of here and putting tiger barbs in this tank here, but I think they may destroy the lotus tiger lily. So it's a bit of a, what do I do? But yeah, I'd go for the harder leaf plants, definitely like Anubias and things like that, mate, for sure. Stephanie Hamilton, thanks for joining us this afternoon. How are you doing, Steph? Are you okay? KFS, who's that, Jax? And I am going to be looking at doing like getting like guests on. To be honest, Ken from Garage Aquatics, I was trying to get him to join the stream last night, and so when you start, you can do a collab and you press collab with someone, but it doesn't ask you what to do a collaboration with. So I don't really understand how you get it, but I am gonna start trying to get some like guests coming into the to doing these fish clubs. I think it'd be a great move, to be honest. Yeah, keeping fish simple. He's massive, isn't he, mate? I'd love to do a collab with him, but where I am the smallest fish in a tiny pond compared to him. It would be nice if he'd do a collab with me, mate, because that'd grow my channel massively. But I'm not sure he would. But it would be absolutely amazing. He is pretty decent. To be honest, I thought he was in America. I didn't realise we were in Australia. So that's another thing, isn't it? It's a time difference with us as well. But yeah, I am trying to sort out a few little collabs. I will get in touch with Richard. I wonder if he'd like to do one. But sometimes I feel a little bit cheeky going to like bigger YouTubers and saying, "Do you want to do this?" Because you just feel like you try to hang on their coattails, if you will. You know what I mean? I don't want to make it like myself, but it's nice when bigger YouTubers do promote one of your videos. You know what I mean? It does, because it does help. It's nice when that happens. I kind of feel a bit cheeky. You know what I mean? It's like going cap in hand saying, "Do you want to help my channel grow?" And I'm willing to help anyone, me, but I'm not really one for asking for it. I have a problem with asking for help. I do. My mum would tell you that. I won't ask for help, me. I'll just struggle. And that's kind of that's how I've always been. Good luck, Black Cat. You know what? What a better name. We've just been discussing cats as well. Good luck. So, great name there. What's my favourite fish? Well, to be honest, it's hard to kind of narrow it down to one, mate. I love my rainbow fish. The channel's rainbow fish orientated. So like down to rainbow fish. Favorite rainbows: Bozeman, Susie, Park and Sonai, Reds. They're like the ones that I'm really into. I can't get hold of Reds at the moment. My Susie, I'd say out of all the rainbow fish, probably Susies are my favorite. But I like, there's so many different breeds of fish to narrow it down to one favorite, mate. It's pretty hard. I might give him a try, Jax, and see what they say. the end of the day, you can either just say yeah or no in it. But it would be nice to get like other people in to try and like obviously try and grow the fish club. That'd be awesome. You're in the USA. Whereabouts in the USA are you from, Stephanie? Have you been in, was you affected by them crazy storms you were getting a couple of weeks ago, or fingers crossed didn't affect you? You know, Jax, right? So it's mad because sometimes something happens and you think this could make me. So when I started my Instagram, within 24 hours of me starting my Instagram, one of my first followers on Instagram was Fish Shop Matt. And I was like, no way has Fish Shop Matt started following me. And when I started my Instagram, I put a picture of this aquarium. It was one of the first things I did on Instagram, was a picture of this aquarium, because I'd just won Maidenhead Aquatics competition, fish tank competition. I think it was for June or July for like 2020, I think it was, something like that. So I'd put a picture of it and said like, won the monthly fish tank competition for Maidenhead Aquatics, kind of buzzing with it because it was the first proper escape I'd done. And yeah, the Fish Shop Matt jumped on and he was like, oh, I've seen this tank, I love it. And I was like, no way, Fish Shop Matt is like following me on Instagram. I was like proper buzzing, but I never got him to follow me on YouTube, sadly. Because I think like a small channel like mine, someone like Fish Shop Matt just said, watch this video, it launches you. You know what I mean? It launches you. It's kind of, but I think like, I don't know. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird because it's hard getting, I do feel cheeky trying to get big YouTubers to try and help you out. It is good when it happens though, isn't it? Like my mate Richard, I call him my mate Richard. He just helped me out, Richard at Fish Keeping Answers. I know one of his club members is Father Fish. Now here's one, Father Fish, guys. Has he quit YouTube? I kind of saw on Twitter the other day he'd set up a Twitter account, and he was kind of peed off that YouTube had took down one of his videos. And he was kind of like, from what I can gather, he's like, that's it, done with it. So it's a bit, I don't know if he has or not. Seriously, Jax, I've never had that, no. I put one, my Insta was small. Well, it still is small, but my Insta was small, and I put one video out regarding the glass lid on here, and it got me like 700 followers. It was honestly, it was like, that's how it went, and it's like 300,000 views, but it got me like 700 followers. That. What happened there, Steve? Are they not friends anymore? I thought they were still like buddies, MD and Fish Shop Matt. Are they not friends anymore? I haven't watched. I've got to admit, I haven't watched MD for ages. I do like Fish Shop Matt, but I haven't really watched much Fish Shop Matt recently. Just with like everything else, trying to do my own stuff. Have they fallen out? Ken, a lot of people have a thing about Father Fish, mate, don't they? I know, because from what I can gather, I've never really watched any of his stuff, but I hear people going on about him. Some people love him. Some people like, misinformation all the time. But yeah, I don't know what this video he put out. But apparently YouTube took it off. So Yeah, and he wasn't happy about it. He wasn't happy about it. I think that was I ever read that last night or the night before. I read it on his Twitter account. Because people were telling me to do a collab with him, but I didn't really want to, because I know he's like a lot of controversial stuff into with him. First time I watched yourself stream, I was at my mum's house right now. Oh, my dad's right. Oh, is that right, Steph? Well, say hello to your dad and say hello to your mum from me, and look after him, because you only get one set of parents, mate, and they're precious, absolutely precious. I like my parents. I would have done everything for them, everything. Unfortunately, like I lost my dad 3 years ago, and so now I just do everything I possibly can for my mum. You know, it's just you've got to look after your parents, haven't you? Is it documented on YouTube, Steve? Is it something I have to watch? I have noticed, like, it's not something that, it's not really something I've really watched, Farm Fish. Just what I hear other people going on, you know. And yeah, he's a bit weird. I do try and hold back my swearing on this stream. I think last night I may have swore, but that bloke last night made me swear. Some guy really got under my skin last night. Proper got under my skin, which I've never like. I do try and let it go, especially on the streams, but I'm not exactly one for letting stuff go. Me, I'm a bit like, I've come back at you. You know what I mean? It's like I've always been. I don't take any BS off people. But yeah, we had a guy in here last night that proper got under my skin, and in all fairness, it was in the first probably 30 minutes of the stream, and it just, yeah, it spoiled the stream, to be honest, because I was tired, and he got under my skin, and he peed me off, really peed me off. It's like last time, Steve. So last time I saw anything regarding Fish Shot Matt and MD, they'd gone to, I think they'd gone to Aquashella. I think that's the last time I heard. It's between the lines and Philip Wendy breaking his tent down all the time. I appreciate it. Keeps falling. I know, you know. So right, I'm gonna say something. Right. So that guy we're on about, I'm right. So obviously I've got to watch being a YouTuber, and I don't want to diss bigger fish YouTubers. But the person we're on about, a few years ago, like I started watching him doing these videos, and it got to Christmas time, and he never put a Christmas message out. Right? Yeah. Now I do every year, and I'll be honest, yeah, it might upset some people that don't celebrate Christmas, but I celebrate Christmas. I'm not religious, but I celebrate Christmas. So I just wished everyone an happy Christmas, right? Yeah. And I noticed that this certain person didn't wish his followers happy Christmas. And I just think, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, it's just nice touch to wish someone, you know, happy holidays and that. And then the year after, he put a Christmas message out, but all it was showing you around his, like, photographs of his new house, big house that he'd built, that he'd bought, that conveniently had a Porsche outside. And it was kind of like, I took it that it was kind of like, look what I've bought for you lot watching me. And it is, and I thought, okay, he's done a Christmas message, happy Christmas. He's showing his family and his new house and his car and all that, happy days. But then the year after, he didn't do a Christmas message. So, and it was then when I thought, this is that Christmas message was just a boast of, look what I've got. I'd never do that, me, mate. I could never do that as a YouTuber. Showing, like, I don't know. I'm pretty much keep myself to myself. I'm not one for showing off wealth. I haven't got any wealth for a start, but I'm not one for rubbing it in people's faces, especially when so many people are proper skint at the moment. Just don't think it's the way to go. Bragging about wealth, it's not the way forward. To me, bragging about wealth on a platform as big as YouTube is probably the best way of waking up in the middle of the night to someone knocking on your door, and when you open the door, having a shotgun put in your face because they want your stuff. I've always thought, I grew up in the UK. My dad was a police officer, so I was aware that the crimes go on. I was young when the Yorkshire Ripper in the UK was a serial killer going around the UK. Like I say, my dad was a copper. We had Crime Watch UK, which was a program every month that was telling you all these. So you're aware of what people are going for. I just think those that brag about wealth are asking for a lot of trouble, especially on a platform like this. We've already had a guy come in 20 minutes ago talking about sleeping with his sister. And that is on a small channel like this. So when you're going to a big channel and you're putting it out to millions of people, I put out to tens of people at the end of the day. I think when you're putting out to millions of people, you've got to be proper careful, otherwise you'll end up getting yourself robbed blind. He does. It's too much bragging, Steve, isn't it? That's what he does. I watched one where he started and he was driving his Porsche, and it's like, when I go onto a video to watch someone do an aquarium build, I don't need to see you driving your Porsche. It doesn't interest me whatsoever. I honestly don't think wishing people happy Christmas it takes 2 minutes to put a post on YouTube saying, just like to thank all my subscribers. Thank you so much and just happy Christmas. When I wrap up my streams, I thank my mods. I thank everybody that's come in. Every now and again, someone will drop a super thanks. I thank them. I am grateful for everybody that comes into my streams. So, like, I don't know, just crazy, absolutely crazy. I know, mate, it's gone from fish to the Yorkshire Ripper. But I grew up knowing about crime, so you're aware of it. And so when you just get people like bragging about wealth, it's just not good. I bet loads of people reported him to the police as well, Steve. People do, don't they? And it's there, it's documented. There's a motorway near me that goes to Hyde, and a guy filmed himself on there doing like 180 mile an hour in his car. What an idiot. And then put it on YouTube under his own name. Oh, soz, prison. Do think so. See you later. 30 mile an hour over the speed limit, guys, in the UK is an instant ban. 30 mile an hour over the speed limit, if no one knows that. 180 mile an hour in a 70 mile an hour zone, so 110 mile an hour over the limit is a certain custodial sentence. Off to prison. See you later. So yeah, when these idiots are clever putting these things on, absolutely madness. Guys, it's 5:15. I think I'm going to kind of call it a day. I'm feeling a bit knackered. Just got to tidy everything up. If anybody's in the Manchester area and wants to come and help me tidy up, they can do if they want. But I do appreciate everybody that's come in today. Jax, thank you so much for everything. Do we follow each other, Jax, on Instagram, just out of interest? Because like I'll probably end up pecking your head regarding fertilizing and all that. And Jax, thanks for everything again today. Honestly, Really, really appreciate it. I appreciate you coming in as well all the time, Jax. Out of interest, Jax, would you be happy if I made you up to a mod? Just out of if you don't want to, mate, I won't do. Am I on tomorrow, Ken? No, sadly not, mate. No, tomorrow I'll be filming a video for Friday. I'll be on at 8 p.m. Monday, 8 p.m. UK time. Don't know what time that would be where you are, though, mate. But I'll be on at 8 p.m. OC, cheers, buddy. Anybody that's actually in at the moment, if you can dink the subscribe button, that'd be fantastic. Like I say, the next stream, 8 p.m. So the streams now, the Fish Club streams are now Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. Saturdays, going to be like really between 2 and past. On the thumbnail, I always put like 2:15. Could be slightly earlier, like it was today. Could be slightly later. It kind of depends. Depends on. I do shop. I take my mum shopping. I get my shopping done. I do things around the house that needs doing. Like I'll take a look at a pond and all that to make sure everything's right there. So Saturdays are a bit of a. Don't really know when I'm starting. It should never be later than 2:30, but I don't think it'd ever be earlier than 2. So it's always like between 2 and past. Just one sec, Jack. So I'm do it now, mate. I'm gonna do it. It just helps me out sometimes, Jax. Sometimes, like that guy last night, he kind of did me head in. And one of my mods who was in before, the plug, Jay, he actually deleted this guy's message. And I just wanted to read what he put. And I kind of like, I shouldn't have done, because he got under my skin straight away. Just so in case anyone doesn't really know, so this guy come on the live stream last night. He spent 5 minutes on the chat dissing the channel, dissing how many subscribers I've got. I've got 2,000 subscribers, and I'm grateful for them all. He came on, he dissed that, he dissed the videos. He pretty much like crapped all over the channel, and then went, "I can get you 1 million subscribers though," and that's what he was here for. So he spent 5 minutes dissing the channel, and then wanted me to buy 1 million subscribers. Fake accounts, they don't do anything for your channel. But he got under my skin, and it was the fact that he dissed the channel for 5 minutes, which it didn't bother me. People can love the channel, people can hate the channel. Don't mind. Everyone has their own choices. But when you find out that they've just done it in front of people just to try and con you into buying subscribers, not great. Not great. And he proper peed me off. It is, Ken. This is it, mate. It is someone to watch chat while I'm waffling on. Again, Ken, thanks for joining us today. I expect pictures of your chicken thighs tomorrow, mate. I nearly just said pictures of your thighs then. That would have been wrong to people that didn't know what we were going on about. But yeah, mate, if I'd like to see some pictures of your chicken thighs, buddy, once they're done, that'd be awesome. And everybody, thanks for being here today. All your subscribers, thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you Monday. Take care, guys. Thanks a lot, Bird.